Chapter 9, Supreme Knowledge and the Big Mystery. The Supreme Lord said, "Since you have faith in my words, I shall reveal to you the most profound, secret, transcendental knowledge together with transcendental experience. Knowing this, you will be freed from miseries of worldly existence. This self knowledge is the king of all knowledge, is the most secret, is very sacred. It can be perceived by instinct, conforms to righteousness or dharma, is very easy to practice, and is timeless. O Arjuna, those who have no faith in this knowledge do not attain me and follow the cycles of birth and death. This entire universe is an expansion of my Abhyakt Brahm. All beings abide in me, like a gold chain abides on gold, and milk products depend on milk. I do not depend on them because I am the highest of all. Look at the power of my divine mystery. In reality, I, the sustainer and creator of all beings, do not depend on them, and they also do not abide or depend on me. In fact, the gold chain does not depend on gold. The chain is nothing but gold. Also, matter and energy are different as well as non different. Perceive that all beings remain in me without any contact or without producing any effect, as the mighty wind moving everywhere eternally remains in space. All beings merge into my Adi Prakriti, namely primary material nature, at the end of a kalpa, or cycle of 4.32 billion years, O Arjuna, and I create them again at the beginning of the next kalpa. I create the entire multitude of beings again and again with the help of my material nature, namely Prakriti or Maya. These beings are under control of the modes or the gunas of material nature or Prakriti. These acts of creation do not bind me, O Arjuna, because I remain indifferent and unattached to those acts. The divine kinetic energy or Maya, with the help of material nature or Prakriti, creates all animate and inanimate objects under my supervision. Thus, the creation keeps on going, O Arjuna. Ignorant persons, despite me, when I appear in human form, because they do not know my transcendental nature as the great Lord of all beings, and because they have false hopes, false actions, false knowledge, and delusive or tamasika qualities of friends and demons, they are unable to recognize me. But great souls, O Arjuna, who possess divine qualities, know me as immutable, as the material and efficient cause of creation, and worship me single mindedly with loving devotion. Persons of a firm resolve worship me with ever steadfast devotion by always singing my glories, striving to attain me and prostrating before me with devotion. Some worship me by acquiring and propagating self knowledge, others worship the infinite as the one in all or non dual, as the matter of all or dual and in various other ways. I am the ritual. I am the sacrifice. I am the offering. I am the herb. I am the mantra. I am the clarified butter or ghee. I am the fire. I am the oblation. I am the supporter of the universe, the father, the mother, and the grandfather. I am the object of knowledge, the sacred symbol Om, and also the Rig, the Yajur, and Sama Vedas. I am the goal, the supporter, the Lord, the witness, the abode, the refuge, the friend, the origin, the dissolution, the foundation, the substratum, and immutable seed. I give heat, I send as well as withhold the rain. I am immortality as well as death. I am also both the absolute, Sat or Akshara, and the temporal, or Asat or Kshara. O Arjuna, the doers of the rituals prescribed in the three Vedas, the drinkers of the nectar of devotion or Soma, whose sins are cleansed, worship me by doing good deeds or yajna for gaining heaven. As a result of their meritorious deeds, they go to heaven and enjoy celestial sense pleasures. They return to the mortal world after enjoying the wide world of heavenly pleasures upon exhaustion of their good karma or punya. Thus, following the injunctions of the three Vedas, persons working for the fruit of their actions take repeated birth and death. I personally take care of both the spiritual and the material welfare of those ever steadfast devotees who always remember and adore me with a single-minded contemplation. O Arjuna, even those devotees who worship the deities with faith, they also worship me, but in an improper way. Because I, the Supreme Being, or Parabrahma, alone am the enjoyer of all sacrificial services or yajna and Lord of the universe. But people do not know my true transcendental nature. Therefore, they fall into the repeated cycles of birth and death. Worshippers of the celestial controllers or devas go to the devas. Worshippers of the ancestors go to the ancestors, and worshippers of the ghosts go to the ghosts. But my devotees come to me and are not born again. Whosoever offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water with devotion, I accept and eat the offering of the devotion by the pure hearted. I accept and eat the offering of the devotion by the pure hearted. O Arjuna, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer as oblation to the sacred fire, whatever charity you give, whatever austerity you perform, do all that as an offering unto me. You shall become free from bondage, good and bad, of karma by this attitude of a complete renunciation, sannyasa yoga. Becoming liberated, you shall come to me. The self is present equally in all beings. There is no one hateful or dear to me. But those who worship me with love and devotion are very close to me, and I am also very close to them. If even the most sinful person resolves to worship me, With single minded, loving devotion, such a person must be regarded as a saint because of making the right resolution. Such a person soon becomes righteous and attains everlasting peace. Beware, Arjuna, that my devotee will never perish or fall down. Anybody, including women, merchants, laborers, and evil minded, can attain the supreme abode by just surrendering unto my will with loving devotion, O Arjuna. It should then be very easy for the holy Brahmanas and devout royal sages to attain the Supreme Being. Therefore, having obtained this joyless and transitory human life, one should always worship me with loving devotion. Fix your mind on me, be devoted to me, worship me, and bow to me, thus uniting yourself with me by setting me as the supreme goal and the sole refuge, you shall certainly come to me. This ends the ninth chapter named Supreme Knowledge and the Big Mystery of the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the scripture of yoga, dealing with the science of the Absolute in the form of the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna.